Dear friends, I'm back with another machine on the Vulnhub, which is EvilScience. The link will be added into the description section below. Yeah, I'd like to tell you I spent several hours to finish this machine. Yeah, I've encountered several issues. Possibly you will face or you have similar problems. And if you just follow some walkthrough of other people's, maybe you cannot succeed finishing this machine. And in this machine, I'd like to show you some ways to bypass like a file upload or command execution. So enough said, let's just get started. We can switch into the Kali Linux VM. And I'd like to zoom in the terminal so you can see what's going on exactly. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. And normally we can use net discover utility, but some cases such a way cannot work. In this case, I'd like to use a map with SN option to discover. The SN option stands for the host discovery. As you can see, the IP address of the target could be identified as this IP address 146, and the other IP address belong to the host or this machine itself or this Kali Linux machine itself. Next, we need to do the port scanning with a map. To save the time, I've already completed before. So for now, we just get out the result. As you can see over here, I used the options like SyncScan, the virtual scan, the default script scan, and then followed by the -p- to do the comprehensive scan, and then uppercase PN not to do the live testing with the target. The last option of all would be ON to output the result into this file. And this is the normal format, although the map can support other formats. From the MS scanning results, we can know that the target has two open ports. The first one is 22, which is running SSH surface and also the version information. As we know, this version doesn't have any vulnerability. The second one is 80, which is running HTTP surface and also the version information. So what we are going to do next is to do enumeration against the HTTP surface, both manually and automatically. Let's launch our Firefox browser to do the manual enumeration first. And we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar of the browser. Press enter. The proxy server is refusing connection. I need to turn off or disable the proxy, and let's press enter again. As you can see, we got the page back from the target, and here the link, hyperlink, which is not active, and we can scroll down, nothing special, and then we can check the source code of the page as usual, and we can scroll down. Yeah, nothing interesting we can get from its source code. Next, we need to check whether this side has robots file, right? Not found. Yeah, I'd like to mention again, taking standard methodology is very important for pen testing. Okay, so no robots file on the target. Next, we can launch our Nicto to do the automatic enumeration, because Nickel sometimes even can give us the exploits of this web application, and also the header information and common files or directories can be enumerated out, although its built-in word list is a bit small compared to other word lists. Yeah, we found this one. Of course, this one is not interesting at all. Icons, read me. In most cases, we cannot find anything valuable from such directories, icons. All right, I don't want to wait anymore. Next, we can use GoBuster to do the directory enumeration. We can put the IP address of the target and maybe auto-complete this command. As you can see, the U, we can use option of -U to specify the URL of the target. Then the W means the word list. Yeah, I always use this word list of GoBuster to be the first word list to enumerate. And also I use option of the extension to specify the possible extensions. So now we just press enter. Yeah, we got some page back or some file back, like about. I think during manual implementation, we didn't walk through other links like a file, like research. So from here, from the URL pattern, we can, make reasonable guess that maybe this page has, and also this parameter has local file inclusion vulnerability, okay, or the command injection vulnerability. Then we can utilize the Burp Suite to do the much more detailed analysis. Okay, now we go back to the terminal. Yeah, layout, what it is about. Layout, nothing returned from the target, and also license research. Okay, I don't think GoBuster can discover any more directories or files beyond those we have already found. Okay, to save time, I'd like to interrupt here. So next, I think we need to launch our Burp Suite to make detailed analysis. I mean the request and response. So we can, we can enable the proxy and launch our Burp Suite Community Edition. Next, start. So make sure the proxy is on. And now maybe I need to go back to this page and press enter. As you can see, we got the page back. So next, maybe we can try to try to test whether this parameter file has LFI vulnerability or local file inclusion vulnerability. Normally, we can use the etc. Maybe we can send this request to repeater module, and this module can make our analysis. We can manipulate request whatever we want, any field. So here we can try to access password file and send nothing. The content of the password file is not returned. Next, we can try to access, for example, like var and also authentication log. Some walkthrough said that we can use this to test whether this target has vulnerability. However, if we send the request, nothing returned. So hang on. because we have already done almost everything uh, with this web application, it's almost certain that this file, also from the name of the parameter, we can know that the target has the LFI vulnerability, or with the biggest or the big possibility, right? However, we cannot confirm or we cannot discover this vulnerability. We need to try more. Maybe we can use, sometimes we can try to use this way. We can put enough dot slash to go to upper layer of directories. Okay, so this is also very common methodology when we try to test LFI vulnerability. So we can then etc password file send. We got the same result. And next we can try to access the log file. Sometimes password cannot be retrieved. The auth log can retrieve it instead. So we need to try as much possibilities as we can. Okay, nothing returned. However, we can try this way. This is the first point I'd like to tell you. If you don't follow my way to test, maybe you cannot make it. You cannot complete this machine. So we can use this one. The current, just use one dot to stand for the current directory, and then we can put this one and access the password file again. Nothing returned. And then we can check whether we can get back the log file. Send. As you can see, we successfully retrieved this authentication log from the target. Wonderful, right? So from this point, we can copy this URL and note down to our notebook. Next, so how to do? I think I've already demonstrated this technique. Now that we have already found that the target has the LFI vulnerability, however, this vulnerability cannot allow us to access any file except or but this one, the authentication log. So next we need to make log poisoning. We need to manipulate some authentication data into this file, and then by inserting or manipulating this log file, and then we can try to get the foothold or the initial show. Okay, so how to do? Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so how to do? Now we have already got the URL, and then we need to insert or manipulate the malicious username or payload to the log file. How to do? We can use SSH and PHP one-liner of PHP and system and get cmd. This is the parameter which we can pass the command to run, and this one, and we can include this one-liner PHP code, and we try to access or connect to the target. Press enter. Okay, so we got the error remote username contains invalid characters, because nowadays the Kali Linux distribution has already improved the feature, the security feature of the SSH, and the new release of the Kali Linux doesn't allow us to use the invalid characters as username. Of course, if you use the old version of Kali Linux, maybe you will not have such error. So this is the second point I'd like to share with you. Yeah, because nowadays, after all, this year is 2024. So I assume that you are running a bit latest distribution of Kali. Okay, so how to solve this issue? We can utilize the Metasploit module to bypass. Okay, so how to do? We can launch our Metasploit console. You know, Metasploit has a module, which allow us to make brute forcing against the SSH surface. So we can use the search SSH login, and this module, this one module scanner will try to log in. This login check scanner. So we can copy this module. Sorry, I need to put the use command in the front, and then we can show options. We can set the remote host to our target, and this time we can set a username to the malicious username or payload. So we can use this one. Maybe we can copy, right? Maybe no need. System get cmd and okay. I need to make check to make sure I configured this payload properly. Press enter, and then we can set any password, which doesn't matter. Our purpose is to connect to the target with this username, and this username is intentionally built the code or one-liner PHP code, and we can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can run. Complete it. So next we need to go back to Burp Suite to test whether we have already successfully manipulated the log file, and we need to pass the parameter, the parameter cmd, and we can run the id command. And as you can see, the id command has been successfully executed. So next, what do we have to do next? We need to get the initial foothold on the target or reverse shell, right? So how to do? For example, we can check whether we can check whether the netcat is there, which netcat and send. However, we got the error back 400 bad request. It means that there's some sort of firewall in place on the target. Next, we need to bypass such firewall or control. And normally, I will use this way. We can use the base 64. I'd like to, maybe I can quit from the Metasploit console. We can use this command. Of course, I have to get the reverse shell command first. Pentest reverse shell, and we can open up this website, which contains a lot of reverse shell commands. We can copy and we can paste in here, and then we need to do some modification. We need to change the IP address to our Kali Linux, right? And as always, I'd like to change to my favorite port number 555, and we can copy. Yeah, this is the another way, or another way to bypass to run command. So we can echo and then tunnel to base 64. Error? Oh, sorry. No decode. As you can see, we got the encoded result, and then we can copy, and we can set up the listener on the Linux. Now we go back to the repeater module, and we can run. We can echo and paste in here, and tunnel to base 64. And then tunnel to bash. I think I've already utilized this method to get a reverse shell in other videos with other machines we can send. However, we got the same error back for 00 batch request. So this way cannot work. So how to do? I'd like to stop the listener on the Linux. Next, I'd like to show you another way. And this way, also we need to use the Metasploit console. Console. This way, some guys, they will use this way to, to get the initial shell or initial for the hold on the target. Here, yeah, I can tell you this way sometimes can work. However, maybe you will face similar problems as me, okay, as mine. So let me show you. So again, if you just follow the walkthrough of other guys on the internet, maybe you cannot finish the machine successfully, okay? So we can use the exploit, multi, and script. Okay, yeah, this one, and then we can, set. Sorry, this one. We can show options. I can use exploit, multi, scripts, and then we can. Yeah, I do not want to use this default payload. I'd like to use, yeah, this way also we can use, okay, and we can set the target to 1 or to PHP, and then we can show options, and we can set a local host to our Linux, right? Set a local port number to 555, and then we can set the server host to Linux as well. And server port number, we do not need to change. And then we need to, I think it's okay. It's good to go. And then we can run. It's not compatible payload. So we can set the PHP, the payload, and the PHP reverse, and then we can show options again, and then we can run. Yeah, we got this command, so we can run the command on the target machine, because just now we have already deployed the web shell on the target, and then this shell can allow us to run command. So for now, we just copy, and we can put here. And then we can run batch request. Okay, so next I'd like to show you how to send a request rather than browser. We can use Python. I like Python very much. So we can import a request module. Yeah, this module allows us to send request to the target, and get a response. And so we can URL should be, and we can use 3 single quotes to include the, the URL. And we need to put the parameter cmd, right? And we can copy this command. We just create this command by Metasploit. We can copy selection, and then where here, and then we can use 3 single quotes to include the whole command, and then we can send the request URL, and we need to make sure the handler has started. So now we can press enter, go back to the Metasploit. So as you can see, wonderful, we got the Metasploit session opened, and some guy can use this way to make or to complete this machine. However, as you can see, we cannot get proper or correct Metasploit session. You know, if you just it's dead, it looks like it's dead already. And if you run the shell, as you can see, the closed. So this way cannot work for this machine. Also, you maybe you want to change the payload. We can use other type of a payload. You know, I also try to use this payload, PHP, and the reverse PHP. Also, of course, we can use this payload to try. And similarly, we can get the session. Of course, this time it's not a Metasploit session, it's command session. However, this also, the retrieved shell is not stable. We cannot run any command. Of course, we do not want that, right? We want to get the normal shell. We can run all commands. So far, I have already showed you some ways. Of course, such way are very important and which can work for many cases. However, these ways, what I have just showcased, cannot work for this machine or cannot work very well. Okay, so now we can exit from the Metasploit console. I'd like to show you another way. We do not use base 64 to encode. I'd like to use URL encode. Okay, so this is another also very useful method you need to grasp. Okay, so how to do, and we can, we have already copied this command, and then we can use the URL encode. We need to install this utility first. apt update. Sorry about that. I just update the repository, and then we can install URL encode utility, and then we can use this utility to encode the reverse shell command. Okay. Okay, it's done. And then we can run this command to install the URL encode. Nothing there. Interesting. Okay, doesn't matter. We can, we can encode the message online. Okay, we can online URL encode, and we can click, and then we can copy the reverse shell command, which you can get from the Pentest monkey website. We can paste in here, and we can encode, and then we can copy, and now we go back to our Bubble Suite, and then we can, we can remove or replace this command by encoded command, reversal command, and make sure we have already set up the listener. I like to clear the screen first so we can get bigger space. And now we can send. Here we got some error. Interesting. Interesting. All right, maybe I can trigger the request again, which doesn't matter. We can press enter, and we can get the request, and we can send, and we can job, and we can send to repeater module, and then we can access the log file. And then we can run command cmd and paste in here, and we can send. Which doesn't work. Interesting. Or maybe I can encode this one. We can encode, and we can copy this command. We make very small change. Put it in here. Send. As you can see, we got the reverse shell successfully. Very wonderful, right? So now we can run command like ID, who am I, no problem. And next, and we can, so what do we have to the next? We need to elevate our privilege to the root user. The first of the first, we need to check is sudo. Yeah, it looks like it's dead again. So this is the third point I'd like to tell you, which you will face possibly. Okay, so I'd like to stop this one, and we can set up the listener, and we can send this request. Cancel. We can send the request again, and we need to spawn the bash session. We can run the which Python is there, and the import pdy spawn bin bash, and we can go to the we can run sudo with L option. Although it looks like it's dead again, however, we just give it a bit more time, and this time we can continue without a problem. Okay? And I don't know why run this command will spend a bit long time. So this machine, as you can see, we got the result of this command sudo. It means that the user, the current user www data, can run command or this Python script to get our privilege. So we first of all, we need to check the permission of this Python script to see whether current user can change. However, cannot, as you can see. So how to do? We can, we can run. Let me show you the right way to elevate a privilege. We can go to the temp directory, and then we can upload the Python script. Yeah, this one we can cut out the shell Python script, and this one you can get it from the Pentest Monkey website or other websites. I just make some formatting, and next we need to upload this Python script to the target. So we can Python and press enter. Now go back to here. We can use wget. So we need to check wget. Wget is there, and followed by the IP address of the Kali Linux. Shell py connection refused. Oh, sorry, I mistyped the IP address. We need to use the Kali Linux IP address. Sorry about that. I'm a bit confused. Python, no problem. And even we can change mode to be executable. And then, all right, so then we can run this command, and we can pass this our own Python script, and this Python script can run reverse shell command. Okay, let's press enter. Again, it will take a bit long time. Just as I said at the very beginning, I spent several hours to finish this machine. So yeah, if you can help me to, please, maybe you can become my member. As you can see, we can load the log, for example, this one, and we can use separator followed by our malicious Python script shell py. Yeah, we need to make sure our another listener should be set up, and we can set up the listener, another listener at 8. Press enter. I can zoom in the terminal, and then we can press enter. As you can see, we got the shell. From the symbol, we can know that we are root user. Then we can navigate to root directory, and then we can cut out the, of course, I think this picture or not, we can use the file command. Yeah, this PNG. If you want, you can download this picture onto the Kali Linux and to display. And you can use different ways like Python 3 is there. Python 3 is there. We can set up the web server, and then you can download without any problem. Okay, I do not want to, to do this because this is very easy. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.